I always had a bit of a strained relationship on the idea of success. I always thought I was a bit of a prodigy when it came to YouTube or just whatever I did because I just believed that whatever I did, I was the best, or I believed I at least could be the best. And I think that's a great mentality to have. But then I fell into kind of a self gratifying, glazing, whatever you want to call it, hole. It didn't do me any favors. And that's what I'm going to talk about a little bit today. The fear of success. So ever since I was young, I had an idea of what success was like. It's like when you're talking to your friends and you're like, bro, what would you do if you won $1 million right now? And for some reason, that always kind of made me uncomfortable. Not to say if someone dropped $1 million in my pocket right now, I wouldn't take it. I am not saying that. But I think I always thought about the real implications of what that could do to me. I always had an idea that I never was really into clothes like that, never really into cars like that. So I would have not a lot to spend it on. It would be experiences, and everything wanes after a certain amount of time. So what would I do? Because I feel like I could make my life a lot more interesting than it is, but I just don't. And if I, at this point in my life, achieved that level of success, then I wouldn't deserve it, in my opinion. So then what do you do? Well, I'll tell you what I've done. In these years, I have been in analysis paralysis, a lot of analysis paralysis, and I really struggle to shake it. As soon as I click record and I'm making progress towards my goal, I know I'm doing something right because it feels like there's like a squeegee, a cleaner in my brain, and it feels like stress has been released because my subconscious, my inner child wants this as my dream. But for some reason, like the actual function of my brain is just like, okay, we'll delay it. But then 2015, when I started YouTube, turns to 2026, and I'm nowhere near where I need to be at all, not even close. And just knowing that if I paid attention to trends the way I did in 2017 was a really good year for me, then I would be at least, just knowing my personality, I know I would be at least among a lot of YouTubers that are popular today. And I believe that 1000%. 1000%. I don't usually big myself up in a crazy way, but I know for a fact with my personality, my editing style, had I just had ideas and really just took it seriously, instead of being a kid, obviously I'm a kid, what can I do? But if I did have that lock in back then, I would have been flying today. And I know that. I really know I have that in me. I know I have that in me. But for some reason, there was always tiny things I would tell to people I know of, like, oh, I don't want to make this because if it gets too popular, then what if I can't take that back? And I think that's a bit of you're giving yourself too much credit. But at the same time, there was moments where videos I was in or videos that I made like blew up or got me a lot of attention. But at that time, say I was 18 at the time, I really struggled to manage the anxiety about, okay, what's the next thing that's going to happen? It's a classic YouTuber trap. Everyone knows this. I really struggled to be level-headed when it came to it, because it's like, okay, I have an audience now. What do people want from me? What do they want from me? Okay. But then I would be stressing out so much. And now, since my huge peak, it's been 5 years, almost 5 years. Again, another 5 years of me saying I'm going to come back to YouTube and saying that I'm going to do better and saying this and saying that and saying the same things that I'm saying right now. Another 5 years. I'm only 24. But if you were in my head and you're the people that I know around me, then you'd be like, dude, when is this thing going to start? You have it in you, but when are you actually going to get cracking on it? The thing about me is I'm a huge momentum person. As soon as I start, I have to finish. But I just never start. Even earlier, I recorded a little bit of a video I'm going to put on my main channel finally. And as soon as I started speaking, let's say after 30 seconds, I just locked in. Even when I put it in the edit, it locked in. But that's what it is. It's about betting on yourself. I think I have a bit of arrested development because I left the country I live in, Ireland, in 2018 or 2017, and I came back 2018. But I missed the period of when everyone hit puberty. So I hit puberty separately to like everyone else. And so everything was just different for me. And I was out of school for 9 months. Long story. I'll explain it another day if anyone wants to hear that. And it just messed up my head. And I still feel it, but I know I'm blaming a lot of my shortcomings on that, because obviously you can change and your life is in your control. A fear of success, I think, is genuinely just anxiety. So you just stop yourself and just procrastinate in order not to do it. But I think a fear of success is also a bit of a positive thing, in a way of a fear of your own potential and the fear of not being able to go back to that safety net. At the least, I think that's what a lot of it was for me. But I'm at a point now where I just want to be free. There's a lot of people that believe in me. And I believe in myself. But being lazy is easy. Being lazy is very easy. And it's something I'm working on. I don't promise to have any of the answers in these videos, but just a little bit I had on my mind. Thanks for watching.